Facial recognition technology surrounds us, from unlocking our phones to catching a suspect in a crowd. Have you ever wondered how a machine can look at a face and know exactly who it is? This video dives deep into the science behind this incredible technology. Unpacking its origins, its evolution, and why it matters in our world today. Stick around, because the story of facial recognition is more fascinating than you might think. Let us start at the beginning. The idea of machines recognizing faces began in the 1960s, when scientists first explored how computers could mimic human vision. Early experiments were rudimentary. Researchers like Woodrow Wilson Bledsoe developed systems that relied on manually mapping facial features, such as the distance between eyes or the shape of a nose. These early attempts required humans to input data points, which the computer then compared to a database. It was slow, clunky, and far from practical, but it laid the groundwork for what was to come. The goal was clear: teach machines to see faces the way humans do. Fast forward to the 1980s and 1990s, and things started to get interesting. Scientists began using more sophisticated algorithms like eigenfaces, a method that treated faces as mathematical patterns. Imagine a face broken down into a grid of numbers, where each number represents a shade of light or dark. By comparing these numerical patterns, computers could start identifying faces with greater accuracy. This was a huge leap, but still, the technology was limited by computing power and the quality of images. Grainy security footage or poor lighting could throw everything off. The real breakthrough came in the 2000s with the rise of machine learning. Instead of relying on handcrafted rules, computers began learning from massive data sets of faces. This is where neural networks entered the scene. Neural networks are like the brain of facial recognition, inspired by how human neurons process information. They analyze millions of images, picking up on subtle patterns that humans might miss, like tiny variations in skin texture or the angle of a jawline. By 2010, systems could recognize faces with startling accuracy, even in challenging conditions like dim lighting or odd angles. Now, let us talk about how this actually works. At its core, facial recognition is about turning a face into data. When a camera captures your face, the system breaks it down into key features, like the distance between your eyes, the width of your forehead, or the curve of your lips. These measurements, called facial landmarks, create a unique face print, kind of like a fingerprint for your face. Modern systems use deep learning, a type of artificial intelligence, to compare this face print against a database. The more data the system has, the better it gets at matching faces. But it is not just about the tech. Facial recognition has woven itself into our culture in ways we might not even notice. Think about social media. Platforms like Facebook use it to suggest tags for photos, making it easier to share memories. In airports, it speeds up security checks, letting travelers breeze through passport control. Retail stores use it to spot shoplifters, and police departments rely on it to identify suspects. It is everywhere, shaping how we interact with technology and each other. But it also raises big questions about privacy and ethics, which we will get to in a moment. Let us look at how facial recognition has evolved recently. Today, systems can do more than just identify people. They can detect emotions, estimate age, or even predict behavior based on facial cues. For example, some companies use it to analyze job candidates during interviews, claiming it can spot confidence or nervousness. Accuracy has skyrocketed too. In 2014, the best systems had an error rate of about 4%. By 2020, that dropped to less than 0.1% in ideal conditions. That is better than most humans. One of the coolest advancements is 3D facial recognition. Unlike older 2D systems, which could be fooled by a photo, 3D systems use depth sensors to map the contours of a face. This is why your phone can unlock even in the dark, or if you are wearing glasses. Infrared cameras, like those in modern smartphones, create a detailed map of your face, making it nearly impossible to trick another innovation. Is liveness detection, which checks for signs of life, like blinking or slight head movements. To prevent spoofing with masks or images, culturally, facial recognition is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it makes life more convenient. Unlocking your phone with a glance is faster than typing a password. It is also a game changer in fields like security and healthcare. For example, hospitals use it to match patients with their medical records, reducing errors. But there is a darker side. Many worry about surveillance. In some countries, governments use facial recognition to monitor citizens, raising concerns about authoritarian control. There are also issues of bias. Studies have shown that some systems are less accurate for people with darker skin tones or non-Western features, which can lead to misidentification and unfair outcomes. Let us sprinkle in some fun facts to keep things lively. Did you know the human brain has a dedicated area called the fusiform face area, just for recognizing faces? Scientists believe facial recognition tech tries to mimic this part of our brain. Or how about this? The largest facial recognition database in the world, used by some governments, contains billions of faces. That is more than half the planet's population. And here is a quirky one. Researchers once tested facial recognition on sheep, and it worked, identifying individual animals with over 90% accuracy. Another surprising detail is how facial recognition is being used in unexpected places. In China, some public restrooms use it to dispense toilet paper, limiting how much each person gets to prevent waste. In entertainment, filmmakers use it to create hyper-realistic digital doubles of actors, like in movies where characters are de-aged. Even zoos are getting in on the action, using it to track endangered animals and monitor their behavior. It is wild to think how far this tech has spread. But it is not all smooth sailing. Errors in facial recognition can have serious consequences. In 2020, a man in the United States was wrongfully arrested because a facial recognition system misidentified him as a suspect. This highlights the need for better regulation and transparency. Developers are working on reducing bias by training systems on more diverse datasets, but it is a complex problem. The science is advancing, but so are the ethical debates. Should there be limits on how this tech is used? Who gets to decide? As we wrap up, it is clear that facial recognition is one of the most powerful and controversial technologies of our time. It has come a long way from those early experiments in the 1960s to the sophisticated systems we have today. It shapes our daily lives, from convenience to security, but it also challenges us to think about privacy, fairness, and the role of technology in society. The science behind it is a testament to human ingenuity, blending math, biology, and computing into something that feels almost like magic. If you found this dive into facial recognition as fascinating as I did, hit that like button and share this video with someone who loves tech as much as you do. Want to see more deep dives into the science behind everyday objects? Subscribe to Objectified and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let us know in the comments. What is one way facial recognition has surprised you? Or what tech should we explore next? Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.